If all you do is consume content, you are training your mind to stay dependent. Real clarity begins only when you create. In today's world, the person who writes, speaks, and creates will always have more power than the one who only watches. And so, by the end of this video, I'll show you exactly how writing and content creation can become not just a habit but a source of clarity, confidence, and opportunity. Have you ever wondered why some of your deepest thoughts never become clear or never get articulated well enough to you till this time you write them down? So, in a world overflowing with information, emails, notification, text messages, and so many things which are going all around us, there's this continuous stream of information which is flowing into us. And this is what is called in modern times information overload. And so, in this era of information overload, clarity of thought has become something of a luxury. But here's the truth, that the more we consume, the more disconnected we become with reality and with ourselves. So, hello and welcome to this 26th episode in our series on freedom and happiness. So, today's episode is about a forgotten tool, very ancient and very powerful, which will help you to connect yourself with your mind and your thought process. It will also give you a lot of clarity in terms of the tactics, things you need to adopt in everyday life, as well as the strategic aspect of where exactly are you heading towards. And that tool is reading, writing, creating content. Believe you me, this tool will give you all the power and an insight into your own self to decipher what exactly is better for you in the coming future.
We live in an age where information never stops. We scroll, watch, read, absorb, from the moment we wake up to the moment we fall asleep. And yet, strangely, we feel more confused, more restless, more mentally tired than ever before. Behavioral science explains this very clearly. The human mind was never designed to be only a consumer. It was designed to process, organize, and express. When we only consume, thoughts stay trapped inside the head. They collide, overlap, and create noise. But when we create, when we write, speak, or express, the mind finds order. Our ancestors didn't consume information. They created meaning through stories, plans, symbols, and shared knowledge. Creation was how they made sense of the world. Even today, clarity doesn't come from more input. It comes from output. From turning thoughts into words, from choosing to create, not just consume.
You see, from a behavioral science perspective, the brain has two primary modes, input and output. Today, we're drowning in input, endless streams of other people's thoughts, stories, arguments, routines, advice, and opinions. But here's something extraordinary. The mind finds meaning only in output. Clarity emerges only when the brain organizes thoughts into language, when we write, create, speak, and express. Our hunter-gatherer ancestors did not consume content. They created their reality through stories around the fire, markings on cave walls, planning hunts, passing knowledge orally. Creation is not a hobby. It is a biological need, a psychological stabilizer, a path to meaning. When we don't express ourselves, our thoughts become fog. When we begin to create, our mind becomes light. Talking about one of the recent friends' visit to our place, and he shared with me how he talks to his daughter about creating content rather than consuming it. Now, this is something which is so important. Behavioral scientists refer to writing as an externalizing cognition. Simply put, When you write, your brain stops juggling thoughts internally and starts organizing them externally. So it does three very powerful things. One, it reduces anxiety. Writing unloads the brain, it frees working memory, it calms the nervous system. Secondly, it increases perspective. So when a thought sits inside of your head, it feels huge. And so, when you write it down, it becomes manageable. And third is it develops depth. So modern attention spans are shrinking. Writing is one of the few practices that strengthens long-form thinking, a superpower in this age of distraction. So why is journaling recommended by therapists? Why leaders maintain memoirs? Why writers think? While creators keep notebooks? Because writing does something magical. It shows you who you really are. So in a world where millions speak but few communicate, content creation becomes a filter, a way to extract your essence from the chaos. Well, content creation certainly doesn't mean chasing trends or going viral. It means choosing to speak your truth through video, through audio, writing, storytelling, photos, ideas. And so every time you create something original, you are doing three things essentially. You are rediscovering your identity, you contribute to the world, not just consume it, and you build a digital footprint of meaning. And this footprint is powerful because in today's world, your value is proven through what you create. Content creation becomes a mirror, and it also becomes a megaphone. It sharpens your voice, it strengthens your thinking, and it creates purpose. Now here's the interesting twist. Behavioral scientists study how habits turn into competencies and competencies turn into opportunities. Writing daily, creating regularly, sharpening your ideas eventually turn into something extremely valuable, skill. And skill creates opportunities. Writing newsletters, building a personal brand, consulting, YouTube and digital content, coaching, speaking engagements, micro courses, ghostwriting, affiliate income, freelance writing, scripts, blogs, copywriting, brand storytelling projects. And so, in an age where AI handles routine tasks, human voice becomes the currency. Your ideas, your stories, your clarity, your expression, and you're not just building a hobby, you're building an asset that can earn, influence, teach, and inspire. So, research shows very clearly that people who create on a regular basis, whether it's writing, painting, film, craft, composure, so these people, they frequently experience lower stress, lower emotional resilience, a stronger sense of meaning, and an improved long-term happiness. And why do you think that is? Because the brain is happiest when it moves from passive to active, from observer to creator, from chaos to clarity. Creation gives us control. It gives us direction, it gives us an identity, and that identity itself brings joy. Our ancestors created to survive. We create today to feel alive. So, my dear friends, in this vast ocean of information, your mind deserves an anchor. And so, let writing be that anchor. Let content creation be your compass. Not for perfection, not for fame, not even for money, but simply to reconnect with the person inside of you who has always wanted to speak. Your voice matters, your story matters, your clarity matters. Start small, a journal entry, a short post, a small video, a thought you've been holding inside of you for a very long time. Because the moment you start to express, you begin to transform. Travel helps us discover the world, but creating helps us discover ourselves. So take that first step, write, create, and share. The world needs your voice, and you need the clarity it brings. Stay free, stay human, and welcome to freedom and happiness. One thing I have noticed, having spent more than 5 decades living this life, going through the various experiences, if I were to summarize, I would say that one of the main reasons why human beings gained primacy over all other species is because we learned to create and we learned to share. And as I told you at the beginning of this episode, our brain consists of two important aspects, the input and the output. And so it is where what we do there in between, process whatever inputs we are receiving in a very creative manner, express and share it with others. And this helped humans forge very strong relationships with each other. The tribes became villages, and the villages became cities, and the cities became nation states as we know of them today. I sincerely hope that you liked watching this episode as much as I did making it. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you so very much for continue to staying with all these episodes which I have tried to create over here. Take care. Bye for now.